Hello everyone, welcome back to Sunday Moments channel. I'm Journeyman and I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all safe. I know it's been a minute since I uploaded a new video. It was a busy couple of weeks, but everything's fine, thankfully. And well, I think you all saw by now that this channel just reached 7,000 subscribers. Man, I was so happy when I saw it. It was, well, 2 weeks ago actually when that happened. Man, I'm so happy for your support. It's so rewarding, to be honest. It's been amazing. Thank you so much, guys. And in this video I want to talk about the fragrance house of Amouage. Amouage is one of my favorite niche houses, and actually I don't talk about that often about Amouage fragrances. Well, although in my last couple of videos I'm correcting that, talking about more and more Amouage fragrances, but I think it's about time to talk about Amouage fragrances in a video. So I have in my collection 10 Amouage fragrances. I can't complain, and yes, that really shows how much I love this house. I love their fragrances. So I will just talk about them briefly, each and every single one of them. So let's do it in no specific order. So Amouage, maybe you all know, it's a quite popular niche house in the fragrance community. It's a perfume house based in Oman. It was founded by the Sultan of Oman in 1983, so it has already its years. And the first fragrance released from Amouage in 1983 was Amouage Gold Man. This one right here, man, I absolutely love Amouage bottle presentation right here. I hope you can see this clearly, man. Love their bottle presentation, very regal. And this fragrance and all their, at least all of mine, Amouage bottles have a magnet cap like so. And in terms of the smell, Amouage Gold Man, it's fantastic. Not for everyone. This is an 80s powerhouse. The most prominent note in Amouage Gold Man is jasmine, a very indolic, animalic jasmine, and also has lily of the valley, has oak moss, have a touch of patchouli in here, but definitely it's powdery. It's slightly soapy, very floral, indolic, animalic, woodsy. It smells literally like the bottle suggests. Smells like gold, and it's regal. It's mature, very mature. Great performance, like almost all Amouage fragrances. All Amouage fragrances are have great performance. They all last for a very long time, and they often are very complex. And mostly Amouage fragrances, they all have this DNA of frankincense, myrrh, oud. They have really that Middle East feeling to them. I love Amouage because of that. Goldman doesn't feel, it's not the most typical Amouage Middle East fragrance. Doesn't have oud, doesn't have resinous nuances. I think this one has a touch, a very light, fresh incense, but definitely it's more about jasmine. Man, I love this Amouage Gold Man. Starting off this video. From Gold Man, now let's talk about a very popular, probably the most popular Amouage fragrance, at least in the fragrance community. It is, of course, Amouage Reflection Man. This one right here. Also probably the most versatile fragrance of Amouage, the most likable fragrance of Amouage, and definitely my most worn fragrance from Amouage. Reflection Man is often compared with Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Male, which was created by Francis Kurkdjian. I mean, I don't recall the nose behind Reflection Man, but honestly, I don't see the comparison. I don't see the similarities between this one, Reflection Man, and Le Male from Jean-Paul Gaultier. But still, I love this, and of course I much prefer this Reflection Man. It's very classy. This is so sophisticated, so elegant. You have iris, you have jasmine again, but the jasmine here gives a more clean, white floral effect, not has animalic, not at all animalic even, like Goldman. You have iris, you have neroli, and I usually don't like neroli, but here the neroli gives a nice, clean, nice sophistication feeling to this scent. So you have neroli, iris, jasmine. You also have a lot of sandalwood in the base. I think you have also cedarwood, but it's mostly about sandalwood. It's white florals, it's powdery, it's clean, it's fresh, but yet it has body, it has character. Man, I love Amouage Reflection Man. Great performance also. Oh man, definitely the most versatile, although for me this is too elegant to wear in more casual events, more casual scenarios, but well, nonetheless, definitely probably the most versatile fragrance from Amouage Reflection Man. The next fragrance from Amouage that I want to talk about and that I have, it's also very well known. It is the Blue Beast and doesn't need any introduction. Interlude Man. This one right here. I absolutely love Interlude Man. I love this dark blue color of the bottle. Man, I love this. The Blue Beast Interlude Man. Oh man, it's breathtaking. Man, so good. Man, this is breathtaking, amazing. Interlude Man, you have a lot of myrrh, you have a lot of frankincense. This has a lot of woods, it has oud, it has a pulp nax. So this is very resinous, very woody. This also has spices in the opening. It's a bit herbal also right in the opening. So it has this campfire impression in here. So again, not for everyone, but actually, I already received a couple of compliments wearing this one, and yet I was shocked. But actually, it works on my skin. It's not that daring, but again, I love this type of scent DNA. This is my favorite scent DNA. This potent, dark, woodsy, myrrh, resinous, balsamic fragrances. These are my favorite. This oriental, basically, it's the orientals, the woody fragrances are my favorite categories. Man, and this one is fantastic, unique. Although right now you have a lot of fragrances that they are very inspired by Interlude Man, of course, but still, this is quite unique for me. It's the best in its genre. Man, I love this Interlude Man from Amouage. The performance, it's crazy. It will last you through the entire day. And actually, I also want to talk about a detail that Amouage fragrances, either the bottles, either they are made in Oman or they are made in UK. Because Amouage also has a branch in UK. A lot of people say that the made in Oman fragrances are better than made in UK. Well, I don't know about that, to be honest. I think for me, they all smell the same. They all smell fantastic. I don't feel any difference whatsoever. But well, there's that myth, if I would say. But Interlude Man, it's absolutely fantastic. Love this. Intense, dark, smoky, resinous, herbal. Man, love this Interlude Man. The next fragrance that I want to talk about from Amouage, it's a not that talked about fragrance, not very well known from Amouage. It's definitely more underrated, and the fragrance is Journeyman. This one right here. We have here the name Journey. Man, love this bottle. Love the color scheme of this bottle. Journeyman, actually, it's quite underrated. Oh, it's so good. It's very peppery right in the opening. You definitely have incense. You have pine, a pine impression in here. Pine accord even. You have juniper. and you have also leather. Actually, this is the only Amouage fragrance that has leather, at least that I know of. A nice leather right in the base, leathery, smoky, piney, and very peppery in the opening. I love Journeyman from Amouage. Great performance also, although it doesn't last as long as, for example, Interlude Man, but definitely much more likable. If you are searching for a nice leathery scent with complexity, with layers, check this one out. I think Journeyman, it's a great scent, quite likable, not as daring as a Goldman or even Interlude Man. I think this one is more likable. And it has the Amouage complexity. I love Journeyman from Amouage. The next fragrance that I have from Amouage actually was my first Amouage fragrance, and this fragrance is the one that made me love rose fragrances. It is, of course, Lyric Man. Right here, this dark red bottle. Man, Lyric Man, one of the best rose fragrances. Oh man, this is still mind-blowing. How good this is. I have a lot of lime and a full-on rose, a full-on red rose. This is fresh, it's citrusy, and the rose here, it's that dark red rose. Very full, enveloping, and yet masculine. Very masculine. I think this is the most masculine rose fragrance that I ever came across, to be honest. Because this is all about rose. Of course, you have citruses, this is fresh, but this is definitely masculine, and it's all about rose. Man, I love Lyric Man from Amouage. This is the one rose scent, my first rose fragrance, and it's the one that made me love rose fragrances, that made me want to discover rose fragrances. Because before Lyric Man, for me, rose fragrances were feminine, were very feminine, were not for me. I automatically was thinking that it's a woman leaning, a feminine leaning fragrance. So, but this one changed everything. Lyric Man, and actually this is made in UK, so there's that. So as you see, doesn't matter if it's made in Oman, made in UK, for me at least, they all are fantastic, complex, and very long lasting. This one, great performance actually, and I love this one. Lyric Man from Amouage, also quite versatile. The next fragrance that I have from Amouage, one of my all-time favorites from Amouage. Man, I love this. And it's a very well-known fragrance from Amouage. It's a favorite for a lot of people out there. It is the masterpiece of Bertrand Duchaufour, Jubilation XXV. And as you see, I already wore this a lot. Jubilation XXV from Amouage. It's the definition of a regal scent, a sultry scent. Man, you have a lot of blackberry right in the opening, very fruity, juicy, realistic blackberry that lasts for a very long time. Actually, that opening of blackberry will last for quite some time. And you also have, of course, you have a lot of frankincense, a lot of myrrh, a lot of opopanax. I think you also have styrax, you have a touch of oud even in the base, and it's a complex scent, although it has a lot of layers, but it's like doesn't change all that much. You really can detect the most prominent notes: the blackberry, the myrrh, the oud, every balsamic resinous nuances you can detect from Jubilation. And it doesn't change all that much. These all fragrances are so well blended that they will last for a long time. This is a real sultry scent, very long lasting, great performance. Definitely need to go easy on the trigger here. It's absolutely stunning. It's a masterpiece, a 10 out of 10 fragrance. It's this one, fantastic. Jubilation 25. Now let's talk about another fragrance from Amouage that I recently purchased actually, and it's more of those underrated fragrances from Amouage. That type of fragrance that it's not that talked about, but it has its cult follow. And the fragrance is Memoir Man. This dark bottle, man. I love this bottle also. Memoir Man. It's side by side with Jubilation as my favorite Amouage. Man, I love this. This literally, as soon as I close my eyes, it's like I'm in a mystical, magical, dark forest. It's like the dark forest of Harry Potter. Literally smells like that. Man, it's fantastic. This has, of course, it's sweet in the base, but it's very woody, very resinous, green. Also, you have patchouli in here, an earthy green, slightly green patchouli. A lot of woods. You have also myrrh. You have a lot of frankincense. Frankincense actually here, it's the most prominent note. Man, it's damp. It's fantastic. I absolutely love Memoir Man from Amouage. Again, this one and Jubilation 25, these two are my favorite, my all-time favorite from Amouage. Different, but they have the Amouage DNA, which I adore. Memoir Man from Amouage, again, stunning performance. This for me, I think, although it's dark, although it's woody, resinous, I think this will work perfectly during fall time, the colder days of fall. Definitely one of my favorite incense fragrances is Memoir Man. Again, green, incensey, balsamic, woody, resinous, sweet. I love it. Memoir Man from Amouage, of course. Now let's talk about a different fragrance from Amouage. It doesn't have that typical Amouage DNA, and it's very unique. Never smelled anything like this before, and actually you don't have a lot of fragrances smelling like this, if ever. And the fragrance that I'm talking about is Sunshine Man. Again, I love the bottle design. Sunshine Man has a lot of lavender. Lavender here is the most prominent note. A very relaxing, natural smelling lavender. But you also have a lot of this orange liqueur. It's slightly boozy, very orangey, juicy, with this full-on lavender. This orange liqueur gives a lot of sweetness to the lavender. It's a bit green also, but these are the most prominent accords. Man, it's fantastic. Actually, this one was featured on my top 10 best spring fragrances. Sunshine Man, it's slightly green, it's orangey, slightly boozy, sweet with a big dose of lavender. Sunshine Man, very different from the typical Amouage fragrance, but equally amazing. Very unique. And quite, I mean, not for everyone. It's likable, but it's not for everyone. You really need to enjoy lavender, and not just lavender. This is the Amouage take on lavender with its layers, with this orange liqueur feel. But nonetheless, I love this one. Sunshine Man from Amouage, and again, lasts through the entire day, although doesn't project all that much, at least from my skin, but actually the longevity, it's very good. Sunshine Man from Amouage. Now let's talk about the most spicy fragrance from Amouage. The fragrance that I have here in my hand, it's fantastic, very masculine. It is Epic Man. This dark green bottle, definitely the most spicy fragrance from Amouage. You have big dose of cardamom. You have a lot of saffron also. You have also very peppery pink pepper, black pepper, very peppery overall. Man, it's highly spicy and aromatic, with of course incense right from the top. Also woody, slightly leathery also, although leather, it's not very prominent, but it has a leathery underneath feel in here. It's woodsy, has wood, it has a bit of patchouli even, man, and it's very masculine, very woodsy. It's a spicy woody scent, definitely, with a heavy dose of incense, of course, but it's a more fresh incense, aromatic, spicy, incensey, woodsy scent. Man, definitely one of the most masculine fragrances from Amouage. It's this one, and you can be even overwhelmed if you will overspray this, but this is one of the best spicy fragrances out there. If you are searching for a true full-on spicy fragrance, check this one out. Epic Man from Amouage. And last but certainly not least, one of the most underrated fragrances from Amouage, it's this one, and it's very classy, and this surprised me from how this develops. I was very pleasantly surprised. It is Amouage Diamant. This one right here. I love the copper design of this bottle, the copper colors of this bottle. This is a vetiver scent. Yes, a vetiver scent from Amouage. Again, Amouage made this fragrance. It's not your typical Amouage. Doesn't have incense, doesn't have that intense woody resinous nuances. No, it has plum, and I love plum in the fragrance. I love the plum fruit, and also I love plum in fragrances. And here you have a big dose of plum right in the opening. Very juicy, very realistic. That was so surprising in the best way possible, of course. And you also have vetiver. But the way this develops, it's fantastic. You really can captivate the nuances, the layers of this scent. But vetiver, it's the most prominent note. No doubt about that. So this is very sophisticated, very classy. I think, but classy is the perfect word to describe Diamant. And to be honest, it's quite unique for a vetiver scent. If you're searching for a unique vetiver, check this one out. Diamant from Amouage. It's fantastic. Although, out of all Amouage fragrances that I have, this one is the one that has the worst performance. Doesn't project all that much. Doesn't last as much as other Amouage fragrances. But still, we are talking about a solid 7 to 8 hours in terms of longevity. Even the projection, we are talking about a nice projection in the first hour will create a nice scent trail, nice scent bubble around you. So not that bad in my opinion. I was expecting a bit worse because everyone is saying, everyone agrees that this doesn't have the best performance, but I was expecting worse out of my skin. But yes, I can literally feel that this doesn't have the best performance, especially when comparing with other fragrances, other offerings from this fantastic house. Diamant, nonetheless, if you're searching for a nice, clean, not clean, but a class smooth fragrance, vetiver fragrance, check this one out. Diamant from Amouage, a fruity vetiver scent. Love it. And guys, with this fragrance, I finished this video. Like you see, I love Amouage fragrances, and man, I will definitely do some reviews because this channel is missing some reviews from Amouage, some fragrance reviews from specific scents from Amouage. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments down below, what is your favorite Amouage fragrance, or what are your favorite Amouage fragrances? Do you even like this house overall? Tell me everything in the comments down below. I can't wait to try Overture Man. Now it's available everywhere. It was a Harrods exclusive, but now it's available everywhere. I can't wait to try that one. I think that it's a boozy, whiskey, woodsy, resinous fragrance. Can't wait to test that one. Guys, once again, thank you so much for your support and see you in the next video. Ciao.